Arturo Toscanini, 1867 till 1959. Definitely one of the greatest composers of music of all times, a master in his field. Towards the end of his life, he was interviewed by somebody writing a book about him. And they were talking about a concert that was played recently. And he was commenting to Toscanini, what a beautiful concert. It was gorgeous. And Toscanini says, nah, not so great. He says, what do you mean? He says, one of the violins were missing. He says, one of the violins were missing? He was listening to on a shortwave radio. How do you know one of the violins were missing? He says, I know they were missing. There was a 120-piece band, there were 15 violins, and one of them was missing. The reporter went, called up the place where the music was being played, and asked the fellow behind the scenes, how many musicians played today? And he says, well, actually, there were 120 musicians, 15 violinists, and one of them called in sick. And he could not believe that Toscanini was able to tell the difference. What does that have to do with us? The nimshal is that we, in this world, are God's violinists. And we might think, what's the difference? I look, I don't look. I'm one person amongst millions. And the answer is, God can pick up if your violin is missing. And when you stumble and fall, God knows about it. And when you play great music, God knows about it too. That's the mashal. According to that mashal, God turns on the radio, He hears the symphony, but you're missing. But it's really deeper than that. The Gemara in Sanhedrin says everybody has to say, Bishvili nivra olam, the world was created for me. That means when God turns on the shortwave radio on your channel, He only hears you. And if you're not playing the music, it's not there's another 119 and you are the one that Toscanini picked up isn't there. No. If you're not playing your music, it's just static on your channel. So when you get up in the morning, you go out there, realize I am the only violinist in my concert. I am playing a solo. I'm not one of many. And I make a difference. Bishvili nivra olam. We're all familiar with the Rambam that says you're supposed to imagine that the world is 50-50. Imagine its base is loaded, bottom of the ninth, the last swing. Who knows what you're doing? Hit it out of the park. That's the feeling of every day's Vayimayim.